Welcome to CEO Insights. I'm Marilyn de Guzman with investingnews.com. We're here at PDAC and I'm speaking with Chris Gibbs, CEO and Executive Director of American Rare Earths. Hi, Chris.
Hi, how you doing?
Good to have you. So you recently released an updated scoping study for your Halleck Creek Rare Earths project. Share some of the important highlights of that study.
Sure. Just leading up to that scoping study release, we completed a drilling program last year where we actually came out with an increase in our JORC resource. And what that JORC resource was we've got a massive JORC resource of 2.63 billion tonnes. And that was an upgrade to that JORC resource through some infill drilling. And so we came out with an updated scoping study. Now, in that updated scoping study, we only updated it with those new resources. And the outcome of those results is that for a 3 million tonne per annum project, and there's an NPV, there's some great economics. But the big news is that this project is very economical. But the important thing, it's on state lands, and that enables us to fast-track permitting, and so that we can move this through the de-risking phase. And our goal is to bring this project into production by 2029. So, sure, this updated scoping study shows some outstanding economics with NPV at $557 million for over a 20-year mine life. But that is only on 2.4% of the overall JORC resource. So, and if we scale this up to a 6 million tonne per annum project, you're into a 1.17 billion NPV. So the scalability is huge, but this project is huge, and it's in the heart of the United States.
Those are great economics. Could you talk about then how your strategy for advancing this further, the project?
Well, right now we've already commenced the permitting process. So, one of the key things that can hold up projects, as the viewers know, is really around permitting. And fortunately, we're on state lands, and so this enables us to fast track that permitting. And we're expecting that permitting to come through in less than 2 years. And we're in Wyoming. So now, running parallel with that, we're doing our pre-feasibility study. We've also commencing work on pilot plant facilities, and that's that's one of the next pieces that we're going to be focused on. We've already got the permitting for doing bulk test mining on this project, and so we're moving the project through the process. But the key point is we've got this outstanding resource. Now, the other thing we're moving forward is we've got a relationship with BMO, the Bank of Montreal. Their folks have looked under the hood, and they see this project as unique. And so we're also working to bring in a strategic investor so that we can support the funding of this project so that it is non-dilutive for our shareholders. And so, the key things are moving the project forward from an engineering, permitting, and then financing perspective.
Yeah. So we're at PDAC, obviously. You're talking to a lot of the investors. As a company that's in the rare earth sector, which is certainly, something that a lot of investors are looking at right now in terms of, its role in electrification in the future, for the future. How are you communicating your competitive advantage over your peers?
Well, first of all, American Rare Earths, we're homemade rare earths in the United States. One of the largest economies in the world has got this problem, which is where to onshore and source these critical minerals. And right now we've got this, it's massive. This project, I cannot describe. It's a 2.63 billion tonne JORC resource. It's in an outstanding mining jurisdiction. So location. It's in the heart of the United States. It's not in Greenland. It's not in Ukraine. This is in the heartland of a state that's very supportive of mining. So supportive that they've even, the state have given us some funding to help us move through these initial phases. We've also got letters of interest from the EXIM Bank for the full capex for this project. So there's great support. So from what makes it unique, firstly, is its size and scale. It's huge. Secondly, location. And thirdly, what we have is that we're, from a processing perspective, we're going to be going through from not just mining, but through to producing a metal oxide that then will be sold directly into the United States. And so that's why viewers should really take a look at American Rare Earths. It's one of the few projects that really has a fast track that we can bring this through to production. But again, it's homemade rare earths in the heart of the United States.
Right. And on that, I guess in that line of conversation, I wonder if you could comment on, there's a lot of, I guess, talks in the media everywhere else about tariffs. The administration, the Trump administration is, looking at as part of that strategy for imposing tariffs is like boosting its own resources for critical minerals. As a company in the United States in this sector, can you provide maybe your comments? And are you seeing any sort of indication about, in terms of policy improvements or changes that will, help boost that domestic supply? What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, well, this problem with the critical minerals and rare earths in the United States is not a new problem. From a bipartisan perspective, the various administrations have recognized this problem and challenge. But I think right now we're getting to the pointy end of the stick in that, in today's world, the governments do recognize that we're at risk from not just an economic perspective, but it's also from a national security perspective. And we are entering a very interesting phase right now, particularly around maybe from trade wars and tariffs. But that only, again, re-emphasizes the need to have these home mined and made rare earths onshored within the United States. And that's where we come in, that our project is one of the largest projects, if not the largest in the United States. And for these magnetic rare earths, the projections are for these shortages. So, for us, it is a strategic advantage by being in the United States because, we will be protected from those tariffs, because what we'll be producing is those rare earths for the domestic market in the United States, and that's around onshoring and securing those rare earths for the United States industry from a economic, but also more importantly, a national, from a defense and national security perspective. So, I see, obviously what's happening, it is still early days from a policy perspective, but we're very well positioned. And one of the things that is a focus from a federal government's perspective is permitting reform. Now, for us, being on state land, we do not require that permitting reform. It'll be great for industry to have permitting reform in the United States, but for us, we don't need that. So we're moving through getting this project permitted on state lands, which will be coming through in less than 2 years, and moving this forward so that we can onshore these critical materials.
Right. That's an interesting point to make, and I'm sure the investors would appreciate knowing that. Thanks again, Chris, for taking the time to speak with me.
Hey, thank you, and I appreciate the opportunity to share a little bit of our story. Thank you.
Thanks. And thanks everyone for watching. Join us again next time for another edition of CEO Insights.